This week on Show Me Your News, everyone is back at E3 2018. Ridley hits the big time, and the Launch Star item rounds out our first week of Smash blog updates. Masahiro Sakurai, I implore you to... Show me your news! Greetings, Smash fans, and welcome back to Show Me Your News Ultimate, your weekly weekend podcasting source recapping the biggest news in anticipation of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. My name is Peter Spezia, but you may remember me as Youko. Joining me this week as co-host, it's Alan Benet, but you may know him as SamuraiPanda.
What's up, guys? PG SamuraiPanda now, and it's good to be back.
Oh my gosh, it is so good to have you back, and you've done big things. We'll touch quickly on what we've done in the years since, but I think you've made the biggest strides out of all of us, really. Also joining me, it's Miles Allen. You may know him as Super.
I am back, and one might say that, is everyone back?
I think to some extent, yes. Also, here rounding out the foursome here, it's Tony Mattingly. You may know him as TonyTH.
Hey, glad to be back with everybody.
All Show Me Your News co-hosts of the past back here. We're realizing
everyone is here.
We're realizing. I mean, Buzz, I miss you, man. Buzz has.
Everyone is not here.
He has kids. He has kids. That's an excuse, right? But we're realizing as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate got announced at E3 2018, just happened this past week. We're seeing a website that has blog updates, and we're like, you know what? That has definitely some dojo vibes. And so we kind of got together and you know what? Let's do it. Let's get the hype going, the weekly weekend podcasting, just to cover what's happening in Super Smash Brothers. So Alan, I wanted to touch base with you first. I mean, because Panda Global, I mean, that's taken off.
Yeah, well, I guess for the throwback, I finally got that milk.
Holy shit.
Deep cut.
In the time that I've been gone, some things have happened. I went quote-unquote pro, whatever that meant back in the day, in Brawl. I ended up being like top 5 Midwest, somewhere around there. Helped run tournaments. Was actually surprisingly well known for my commentary at the time. That's really before streaming off. That was like 240p YouTube videos.
Yeah, man, that's been a long time.
Yeah, that's been a long time. But I quit about a year and a half, 2 years into Brawl because medical school was a thing. And I'm now a fully licensed physician. I have my own practice. I finished my internal medicine residency. I did a year of neurology as well, so I fairly decently trained in a variety of things. I almost released my own video game, fighting game, League of Fighters.
Yeah.
And 3 years ago, almost 10 days off, I decided to start my own esports team. And when Smash 4 came out, I kind of hopped the scene. I was doing neurology residency, and I wanted some friends that weren't doctors. Mm-hmm. And Smash 4 is coming out. I figured might as well just dabble, and let's just say I jumped straight in. In 3 years, PG's been doing okay. We are now the biggest fighting game team in the world, probably the biggest 1v1 team in the world, and we have a bright future ahead.
What are all the people who are under the PG name?
We have, in terms of Smash, we have Plup Zane Wobbles in Melee. We have Esam MVD in Smash 4. We have Infiltration, who's ranked up right now, I think, number 1 or number 2 in the world in Street Fighter. We have SKD. He is one of the best, period, in BlazBlue. We have Speed Kicks. He's one of America's top Tekken players. We have KP and Hayate, who are amazing ambassadors, and I would say Hayate is probably top 5 player in Injustice, Mortal Kombat games. We have Marlon Pai, who is well known for styling on his opponents in Marvel and is actually amazing at Guilty Gear, one of the best American players. Ray Coach Steve, Marvel players from back in the day that are more variety streamers now. We have a Hearthstone team as well, Racy Hot Meowth and Corrextron. They lead up that team. And of course, we also do PG stats. So we create the official ranking system for Smash 4 and more to be announced very soon. I think that's a pretty quick rundown of, of who we have. And actually, I'll be announcing very soon 2 new players in a new game, Nintendo game. So people look forward to that.
Keep excited for that. No, I gotta say, it's super surreal and amazing just to see all the progress you've made. I mean, not only on the doctor front, I mean, yeah, you shared that you have your names out on the sign of your practice, and like that's in my hometown. Like that's crazy to see. But then also, like I was at PAX East, a couple months ago, and there with all the other, esports jerseys, like there's a Panda Global jersey, and it's like I'm so proud of all the progress you made. It's remarkable.
Thank you. Honestly, it's really awesome when I see kind of the impact of what PG's done. When I see people who, dream about being on PG one day, and Alpharad, who's our content director, by the way, Alpharad's sister, apparently, her dream is to be signed by our Fortnite. She's 14.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
So that sort of thing really, hits home and makes me realize that we're doing something great. And it's not just video games. It's a lot more than that. And I'll tell you what, also, still to this day, people are like, oh, wait, SamuraiPanda is the owner of Panda Global? Dude, I used to listen to Show Me News all the time.
Yeah. Like that's
really
always
cool.
crazy to hear.
Yeah, it's really cool. People still remember what we did.
Well, I hope that they are back for this as well. I mean, just to give a quick recap of what I've been up to, I got married to a lovely woman from England and went through the whole immigration thing there. We bought a condo. We have a puppy for the last month or so now, and he's here with me chewing away on a bone. So apologies if you hear him there. But yeah, I'm still working at Fiat Chrysler doing video production there. Shooting, editing video. I've done that for like the last 6 years now. So it's a good place to be. I'm really happy. Nowhere near starting my own business or anything like that. But like life's been good. Life's been good.
You should have had him go last.
Yeah, like jeez.
Like crap.
I've been just doing what I did before we even left the show. I've just been playing some illegal mods.
I love the quote on Twitter that someone said. It's like, the people for Nintendo on the Treehouse are doing a better job of not saying Project M than most streamers have of dropping racial slurs.
Yeah, Jesus. That's true. That is very true. But I've enjoyed just kind of enjoying life and going through it. And I ain't no doctor, but at least I do work as a technician working on really big guns.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
BFGs, if you will.
Yeah, they're big.
Tony, what about you?
I'm about the same, honestly. Just I got my 10-year plaque at UPS, so that's kind of crazy.
Oh, nice.
But that's about it. Moved it out, and I live with my girlfriend in an apartment. It's just nice. It's a chill little life.
There you go.
Tony's a decade of brown.
Yeah. I thought you were making a Browns joke for a second.
Me too.
They're still bad. What do you know?
The more things change, the more things stay the same.
Yeah, and right now also I'm like working on my old Sprite comics, and I'm about to stream again, and I'm on Show Me Your News, so everything's fucking 5 years ago right now.
Yeah, and it's been 11 years since the dojo. I mean, Alan, if you can believe that, almost 11 years. So it's good to be back here and talking about Smash. Let's get to talking about Nintendo E3 2018. And Smash Brothers taking up 25 minutes of the Nintendo Direct. And for some people who don't like Smash Brothers, how dare they? So it took away from Nintendo's presentation as a whole. For us, it was thrilling. It was fascinating.
Happiest 25 minutes ever. I totally get where those people are coming from, though. If you don't fucking like Smash, that sucked.
Well, I mean, you knew it was going to be all about Smash. You knew that going in. Nintendo, they have not in the last 3 years really given a flying fuck about E3. So they focused on Smash. They hyped it up. So I think anyone that was expecting anything more than Smash,
they weren't paying attention. Yeah,
I just think last year was so good with like the Metroid announcement and like all this They're like, we're making a new Pokemon, and just like last year they did kind of come out guns a-blazing because I think they wanted the Switch to get off the ground that year, which it did.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, they're back. Now that they're on good footing again, it's like, here's Smash for 25 minutes. You're going to buy it.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine this year with Smash and Pokemon. But speaking of Smash Brothers, I mean, they open up with Sakurai, and he said, like, I have a fighter roster trailer, and like, I have these numbers here. And I'm like, okay, I bet they'll leave some things out, and people have to guess, like, who are the in-betweens and who's missing. And we start to see, I think Pokemon Trainer was one of the big surprises. Like, once you see Pokemon trainers back, it's like, that's exciting, all right. But
Ice Climbers were first.
Ice Climbers were first, but that was a given, right? I mean, all the work was done. It just had the limitations of 3DS. Still exciting, of course, but I mean, Pokemon Trainer, and then you see Shadow Moses. And those of us that know, like, that's the big moment when, like, this game is happening. Snake is back. I mean, Alan, Snake, Main, back in the Brawl days. That had to be amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you check our YouTube or Twitter, we just released our reaction video because I set up camera to film us, thanks to HyperX, and yeah, pop it up pretty damn hard. I was screaming. That was, and like, in the last 10 years, I've gotten a little jaded, a little old, and I really I don't get excited for video games anymore. I was like a little kid again. Snake means so much. Like, I played every fighting game since I was a child. I've named 20 different fighting games, and I can count on less than one hand the number of mains that like clicked with me. Like, that felt so natural, felt so good, and to me, Snake is probably the epitome of that. And no one has ever felt the same. If you say Duck Hunt Dog, then I will stand.
Are you a big Metal Gear guy?
No, actually, I didn't play Metal Gear until after Snake and Smash. So
that's still really cool to me. That's fun. No. I just either way, I think that's funny. It's just like some people have mains in Marvel. I'm sure that they don't know who the fuck any of them are. What's a MODOK? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's a Korean philosophy when it comes to fighting games and finding mains, and one of the tenets to them is I forgot the Korean word for it because I don't speak it, but it's essentially hand feel, and just how natural it feels to play the character, which is like, it's kind of a vague thing, but when you think about it, it's really
that makes
true.
Sense to me.
So, like, I don't play a character because I think they're cool. I play them because they feel good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That reveal up to Snake was like really amazing, though. Beyond like, oh my god, it's Snake. It was like Ice Climbers. It was Trainer, but like, I think I heard a lot of people like, is Ryu gonna come back? Is Cloud gonna come back?
There,
and then like they slowly reveal all these third parties, and then it was Snake. And then that being the reveal, because I think everyone thought that was the most unlikely, to everyone is here. And also, like, I don't think, because that trailer is so fast, everyone's brain hasn't really reacted to that yet.
Peaches right after.
Peaches. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, everyone is here.
I probably died at Young Link.
Mm-hmm. Well, at that point, like, you knew it was coming.
As soon as he showed up, I stared, and I'm like, oh god, my heart.
Like, I honestly feel like that was one of the big, after you found out everyone's here, like, that was one of the biggest surprises. What the hell, like, is he doing there?
I'm so happy he's there.
Literally everyone is here. And then we get like the Mii fighters.
Yeah, that was a surprise too. Mii's aren't even like a thing that
customs anymore, are gone, really. Thank goodness.
Yeah, and then of course it ends with our good friend Wolf.
It was a great quick sizzle reel, and then of course Sakurai goes in depth. We noticed the epsilon symbol by a couple of those characters, and he delves in that it's not clones, it's echo fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the echo fighters because like they have small, if at all, differences, and it's like, frankly, I think they could just be skin.
Dark Pit isn't going to have all of his differences anymore. He's just an echo of Pit. So
not like he had many differences to begin with, but it is interesting to consider that with the ones that they did keep with Marth and Lucina, and then with Pit and Dark Pit, both characters and franchises that Sakurai has deep attachments to. He loves the Fire Emblem franchise. He worked on Kid Icarus Uprising. Like, it makes me feel like, because he changed Dr. Mario enough to have him not be an Echo Fighter. He's got the stomp.
Yes.
Like, it's different enough there. But it's almost like he couldn't let go of those characters.
A segue here. Dr. Mario, he had mentioned in the development of Smash 4 that the development team did not like Dr. Mario being essentially an Echo Fighter because they felt that people who were attached to him in Melee would be upset that he was literally just Mario. So he actually went out of his way to make him feel different.
So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
He looks so fun.
Yes.
You're a big Doc guy, aren't you, Super?
I am a huge Doc guy. I mean, I play normal Mario in the illegal game mod, but I do love the Doc because he's just so fun, and the fact that now he's mini Ganon Stomp, it brings me so much joy.
Oh, yeah.
To see him. Honestly, it really came down to all of the Melee clones, they're back, and I'm just like, Dr. Mario, Pichu, Young Link, and they all look interesting. And I'm ready for that.
And more different. Like,
Young Link is not listed as an Echo Fighter.
Right, so he should be different enough.
It'd be very odd to see him very kind of oddly linky if he was an Echo Fighter.
Yeah, I mean, Toon Link is floatier and jumps really high. So I could definitely see them making a more unique feel, especially now that they made the main Link. I think the word is good.
Remote bombs and all that. You got the double arrows, the option.
He feels way more fun to play now.
Good.
He doesn't funky.
Better reach with the Master Sword.
Yeah.
Master Sword is noticeably larger.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, honestly, like his whole moveset never really felt like it synced that well. There was a lot of like overlapping things. I don't know. I never really truly enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, I totally get that. I also really like, just through an aesthetic standpoint, that he chose a different series for each Zelda linking Ganon. I thought that was really cool. I thought it was dumb. They were Twilight Princess for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all from different.
Actually, no, Young Link would be technically Ocarina.
And the Majora's Mask, probably.
Hey, if he starts pulling out the masks,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, let's go with Majora's Mask because honestly, I think that his Final Smash is probably going to deal with the moon.
Oh shit! I hope so.
I don't know if it will.
I really want to find out where I can swipe my credit card to get the Gerudo outfit linked.
Right?
Yeah.
Wait.
I just want to style people with that.
Actually, that's a really interesting point. Are we going to see DLC costumes?
Yeah, why not?
They showed the Mario costumes, the Builder hat, the wedding costume. So my guess is yes, especially because that's something that yes, it's a kind of a hazy business practice by a lot of people, but like people have been demanding this from Nintendo for years. Like, let me pay for cool shit. The new UI, I think, makes a pretty big difference, and you could definitely see where they could insert skins in the characters. Fingers crossed.
I mean, God, all the way back in the Brawl days, we've been harping for alternate costumes, and it's good to see.
Been hacking the game to put them in.
Yeah, I was really glad to see those. I mean, just as Mario starting off all of his list of all the changes. But when it comes to Echo Fighters, the first newcomer to be Daisy, did not think that was going to be the first character announcement that we got. But for those that really wanted Daisy, that's a big moment.
Yeah, the explosion of Daisy content and excitement has been unreal.
I can't lie, dude. I was like expecting something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just Daisy, and I jumped out of my chair. I was like, "Yeah, I don't know why."
Just getting excited for Smash, yeah.
I saw a picture of a bunch of guys watching, and Ridley was there, and they're like, "Oh," but they showed them for Daisy, and they're like, "Ah!" That's kind of how I felt.
That classic IGN meme, yeah.
It wasn't even that. It was in that vein.
There's a tweet that Alfred did that was really funny, actually. He tweeted out a picture of the main character from the new Star Wars. And he said 2 characters that won't make it Smash. Her name is Daisy Ridley.
You can't make that shit up, man. It's crazy.
Right. That was the worst aged tweet of all time. But I mean, no one expected that, I think.
Did anyone think during that Ridley trailer Kylo Ren was going to show up because it was like that one scene, like that fucking hallway?
I can see where you're thinking that, but like, yeah, that was one where it's like within seconds, like you knew it was Ridley, and I had my whole reactions up on YouTube as well. But like, I was betting my wife a taco from Taco Bell with the hottest sauce that she's like, Ridley is not going to be in the game. Like, I don't know. I'll bet you like a taco, and people call it the Norfair taco, but. So you'll bet that like if Ridley is not in Smash today, I will eat that taco, and I hate hot sauce. But if Ridley is, she eats a taco, and yeah, that paid off within seconds. And when the tail went through Mega Man, like that all but confirmed it. Like it was very, very exciting. Yeah, Ridley hits the big time. He is no longer too big.
He was throwing shade the whole like the treehouse afterwards. He's like, yeah, he's too fucking big, but the West wouldn't shut the fuck up about it, so I put him in.
I imagine, Alan, that you did get to experience Ridley.
Oh yeah, I played him a couple times. He doesn't play like as slow as a big. Well, then again, the big characters don't play that slow anymore in Ultimate. Yeah, he's really powerful. He does a lot of damage. He takes a lot of space. He's huge, and he's pretty fun to play. Like his aerials are very like instead of like a normal big character that just has these huge, wide swinging moves. Like they're very precise for like a lot of his aerials and stuff. And I didn't play too much with them, but other than smashes, they're very like focused attacks. And I think it's cool. It gives a whole different feel to a heavyweight. But then again, they only allowed us to play FFA with items, so on timer. So there were a couple of minutes.
Just how broken is his down B?
Not that broken. Really, it's really not that broken. Like if you miss it, like he's just way open, and like the game. So a lot of people don't realize, but and I don't know if we want to talk about this later. The game has a lot more mobility options. Dashes are a lot more effective. There is some dash dancing, but like you can cancel so much out of dashes that like people are moving a lot now instead of just staying stationary. And with directional air dodges too, you're not stuck landing in one place like you were in Brawl or Smash 4. You can really mix it up. So the thing about Ridley's grab and drag is that you can bait it pretty easily, but when you get it,
yeah. I even found it amazing that like with the charging the fireballs, like there's that little bit that I guess he's super vulnerable and he takes extra damage. Like all these little,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think there was something in like Sakurai did during the treehouse. Like so, there I guess these all checks and balances here. Like they've figured out what makes different things work and all that. It was funny even during the Smash Invitational Tournament because that was another big element of Smash's presence this week at E3, where there were Bayonetta combos off the top, and Sakurai's finding out. It's like, yeah, I saw a few bugs. I'm gonna go work on those back at the office now. It's like
I'm so glad somebody did that on the fucking stage though. Like he needed to see that.
Yeah.
Shouts to MK Leo.
Plup was our martyr. He died for our cause. He died for our sins. And I hope this pays off. Because Sakurai has a bad habit of nerfing or balancing just based on shit that he sees, like in Japan tournaments that he goes to and stuff. Like, come on, dude. Like, that's not really great balance. But in this case, I will accept it.
In that moment, it was Sakurai who joined the Plup Club.
Oh, yeah.
That dying first instincts reminds me of that Mega Man Final Smash at Smash 4 where somebody jumped in just so people could see it.
Yeah. Oh, man, good times. And yeah, shout outs to Zero. I was speaking of that last one. I mean, he wins both invitational tournaments. Well done to him. It was a great job.
Yeah, I mean, who didn't think?
Yeah. He certainly had the leg up going in. So, Alan, I did want to mention that you did get to go to E3 if that had not been readily apparent already, but you got lots of hands-on time. Just give me the gist of your gameplay experience. How are you feeling about the game now? Confidence in the dev team going forward. Smash hype overall.
So it's interesting. I did tweet about it, and I even put it on Facebook, which I typically don't use. I was invited as a Nintendo VIP, and it felt really like humbling coming from the roots of like the University of Michigan small weeklies all the way up to this point. And
sure.
I think you might remember I'm sort of an outspoken critic of Nintendo's way of handling.
I do remember things like that, yeah.
Once or twice. So for that to happen really felt amazing. And that they went out of their way to invite a lot of people. There was about like 5 or 6 pandas that were invited, or 7 that got VIP passes because we've made a pretty big impact. I would like to hope on Smash. And shout outs to JC at JC.face on Twitter. He's actually the guy that runs Nintendo Esports and very passionate. If you saw probably him a lot on the Treehouse. He's very knowledgeable. He understands the community very well. He was able to get 1 hit on 0, so he's not awful. But he really does care that we're taken care of in open bar. So the actual game itself, when I first got to play it, felt smoother, faster. Like Brawl and Smash 4 have this inherent floatiness, this extra little slowness compared to Melee.
Like honestly, like I know like Super's a little more competitive, and like that's great. I understand and respect that part of the community a lot, and I don't like mean this in a crappy way, but I love playing Smash as a party game too. Mm-hmm. And like the fact that he's like every character and every stage is in it, I'm like, that's hype enough. Like,
oh yeah,
that's fucking rad. It's looking like it's gonna end up being that way. To me.
The one thing is like they keep on showing me greens, and I'm like,
but where's Fountain of
Dreams? That's not the one. Where's Fountain of Dreams? I want Fountain of Dreams back. I hate playing on that stage, but it is pretty as hell and has the best song.
It does have the best song.
It does have the best song. I know, it's a fun stage.
I mean, yeah, I'm not good at Melee, man.
Oh, dude, me neither.
But I mean, I like Ganondorf and just stomping through it. That made my day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Captain Falcon could do that too. Trust me, in a legal party game, he does that a lot.
Fair.
But you definitely watch, footage of Smash Ultimate. Now you go back to Smash 4 and like you see the difference in the speed.
Yeah, and they are actually saying for the first time, Reggie actually had an interview with ESPN where he said he wants to push the competitive community forward. He incorrectly says he hopes that everyone plays the new game. No one's going to stop playing Melee.
No, never.
Nintendo was actually asking people what they thought. They said that your feedback will go directly to the development team. Like, they actually gave a shit.
That means a whole lot.
It means a lot because, of course, esports is this budding phenomenon, and I can't go into details for things on the horizon, but Smash is magnitudes larger than the next closest fighting game in terms of entrance, in terms of impact, viewership. It means something and it matters a lot. So of course they want to start pushing the competitive community, and I mean, just like a year or two ago, Reggie was saying that, yeah, shit. But now he's like, oh, I love it. It's really important. It's good. It's great. We're gonna work on it. So
yeah, he also kind of did some like vague posting about competitive scenes in response to Hungry Box at Smash and Splash 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was really kind of like yeah, okay, lip service, thank you. But it does sound like there is definitely a culture change coming from Nintendo, and because I loved hearing about those reports coming from the E3 floor about the Nintendo reps taking all of the info from the players and saying, hey, what do you want to see changed? What do you feel about this? Because one of the things I want to hear about is Waveland off platforms and like shield push off platforms. Those are literally the 2 most important things.
Yeah, shield pushes. I tested it out personally. Shield, you cannot push someone off of a platform when they're shielding. Wave landing is excessively laggy. For some reason, Shootout was able to get a decent wave dash out of ice climbers, but no one else was able to do anything in terms of wave dashing. I don't know.
I would expect the Shootout to do that somehow. No, but like those are the 2 changes I would like to see. Like everything else, to me, actually seems kind of great. I don't mind Smash 4 ledge trumping, and the magnet hands aren't there anymore. So
I like if you dodge too much, it like gets less effective.
Right,
I think that's a really good idea.
Oh yeah, the diminishing returns is smart.
The air dodging, is that like really in the 4 cardinal directions, or is it diagonals as well?
Both diagonals as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's both that and there's the brawl air dodge in there as well.
Weren't people saying the knockback was really weird? Like you went really fast and then you just stopped?
So that's actually what I was going to say is I think the best way to put it was someone tweeted out that knockback in Smash 4 feels like you're punching a balloon. You know, it goes really far or goes really fast and then just stops. And I know I can tell why they did that because it creates all these sort of hype situations where like, oh my god, they might die. And now there's a mini map that shows you how close they are to the blast zone. So it like
love that.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like that little tantalizing, oh, it's so close feeling too. But like it also falsely creates a lot of situations where you're like, oh, did that kill? No, it didn't kill. Really, it didn't kill? Like, and I can see it sort of having, using the word again, diminishing returns. Like after a while, it's not going to be that hype to see them fly that quickly and then stop again. But I think it is more exciting overall, more satisfying to get hits overall. And I think it's also going to push the game towards an edge guarding meta because with the accelerated knockback in the beginning, the closer you are to the blast zone, the better the chances they'll die early. So I think that's what personally I feel is going to be an important part.
I can totally see what you mean about the mission returns, because as I was watching the finals between MKLeo and Zero, MKLeo kept grabbing Zero and up throwing the Sonic at like 170%, and he'd send off and he'd go flying so fast, and he'd be like, he's dead! How is he not dead? Okay. And then he does it again, and I'm like, okay, he's dead. How?
Yeah.
How is he not dead? The way you mentioned how it's more like a balloon, super fast and then just stops. And that's going to be super great for people who are, not super competitive but love watching that kind of stuff. Like, it looks like it's all there for the viewers.
Yeah, you can see that when a stock is taken in a 1v1 setting, how it shows you the stock count.
That's fantastic too.
Yep. Or when it loads up a match, it shows you all the characters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, when the eyes glow, that kind of got me some chills.
Yeah, that is gorgeous.
Everything about that, I was in on. Like, I can't watch Smash 4 competitively unless it's grand finals, or usually losers finals. Losers finals is kind of where it's at. I feel like that's when most things on the line, everyone plays their heart out, especially that and winners finals, but mostly losers finals. But like, I just can't watch Smash 4 otherwise. Like pools or anything like that, it's just not as fun. With this looks like I could be like, no, even if I don't play this game competitively, if I just play it, casually, I can see myself be like logging into Evo to watch grand finals because I feel like it'll be hype.
For sure. One thing that I don't think will ever get old is the critical hit zoom in.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. Love it. And some of those hits like you saw in the tournament, like they were still able to smash DI or whatever to still stay alive, but like it brought the hype. It made it engaging and dynamic to watch.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think it's really going to be an exciting game overall, and what I'm actually most excited about is not the release necessarily, but them patching it. Like the Smash 4 patches were actually pretty good. Like the nerfs they did were very subtle, very appropriate. Like they didn't buff enough in my opinion, but they did some buffs. Okay. There were a couple ones that were like suspect. Like really they gave the DK that ding dong. Like it was kind of ridiculous. Like how early he could kill off a single grab. But like then they stopped. And that's what the downfall of Smash 4's meta and competitive play is, when they stopped patching it.
And it was just shortly after Bayonetta.
Yes, they only patched Bayonetta one time. They gave her some light nerfs, and that was before she was, obviously lapped out and stupidly broken. So if they didn't nerf her, Lord, she might have been banned.
So you're positive, and it's promising for the competitive future for Smash Ultimate here.
Yeah, and as an esports team owner, I think it's really promising, really exciting. To see what they're doing, to see that they are working on expanding and caring about us for the first time. What I really want to see is also what changes they make to the game, because like between now and its release, because I really want to see, this is to me going to be the true test. How much do they care? And feel free to disagree, but I feel almost that wave dashing is going to be the answer. Are they willing to put it back wave dashing, which you can tell by playing Ultimate, they purposefully like coded something to not allow you to wave dash. And given the outcry and giving people like $100 tweeting out that like if you just had wave dashing and landing less on aerial, which is already much lower than Smash 4, you might actually get some players. So will they go that far? If they do, they're going all out for us, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they don't, then they care, but we're still not their first priority.
Well, I mean, in a starting position, it's way better than what it was for Smash 4, and it's really promising to see.
However, I will say, on that point, maybe wave dashing might not make it in, but allowing like shield push off a platform and wave landing to go off of platforms, those are the two things I think would be more important, because they already gave us, I think, probably the most important thing, which was stays hazard control.
Oh, so excited about it.
Stays hazards can be toggled off, and things like Lilat won't even tilt.
Mm-hmm.
If the stage hazards are off. So like that brings up the question, hey, how is that Breath of the Wild stage, the Great Plateau Tower, like is that going to make it so like only the one single platform in the middle is going to be there? Well, what's that going to do for all of our stages? How many stages are going to be considered legal now?
So yeah, that's I was talking to the guys about that, and I actually love MVD's idea, and it's something like.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, it's from, I think, like StarCraft and stuff. Having a rotation of different maps, different legal stages, would be awesome. You change it every season. It really keeps the meta diverse, interesting, and I think it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
To do that, and especially if there's like huge stage lists, like 25 or 50, that'll actively turn off new players because that's a lot of stages. Hell, Japan still was like upset at Smash 4 when we were like, yeah, no, Smashville and Town City, because they still want to just play Battlefield and FD.
Well, now they can play Battlefield and FD everywhere.
yeah, I know. There you go.
But yeah, it's so good that you can turn those stage hazards off. I mean, something like Dr. Wily, Dr. Wily's Castle, like great environment, great music, but the hazards ruin it.
No, they ruined it. Sorry.
Oh no.
The platforms don't appear. It's just FD.
Oh, guys. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
I think, for all the stages that they have, there are some promising variations. I mean, they played, Frigate Orpheon in the tournament, and that didn't turn. Like, that was really neat to see. Though, the turn much slower than in Brawl. So, I mean, call it what you will. But it definitely opens up to a lot of more promising options for sure.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And the sheer number of stages also seems like it's going to be intense. So because it's Ultimate, everyone's here. Will they have every stage too? See, but yeah, it is almost intimidating. How much
Give me Fountain.
That's all we need. Give us FOD.
And maybe Battle Cavern. Maybe Battle Cavern.
Frankly, I just want a better soundtrack to Smashville.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
Well, there's so much to delve into, and I'm sure, but we're not going to do the Game Explain 3-hour sort of deep dive there.
My specialty.
Yeah, right. As we've been known to do before. So we're certainly aware of that. But let's get into, I don't want to call them the dojo updates. They're the Smash blog updates for the week. Before going on, I got to make mention, TonyTH was going to continue joining us here, but he has to rush off to the emergency room, so all the best there. Just didn't want to say, like, oh, he just suddenly dropped, and we didn't hear from him again. So hopefully all the best is there. But yeah, the Super Smash blog is up and running at smashbros.com. Pick your region there. They certainly put up a whole lot of updates that were like, oh, Sakurai is on, the treehouse, or, here is the presentation from the Direct in full. So I wanted to start from June 12th, which is Tuesday, and they had certain updates where they say today's fighter, today's item, and that seems to be the trend of what it will be going forward. So we'll make, certain notes here. Let's start with Tuesday, June 12th, and we'll kind of break down what's being said and what we thought of them here. So today's fighter, number 62, Inkling. Attacks with a variety of weapons. Covering opponents with ink leads to more and more damage. Plus, these Inklings are really fashionable. I will say that was one of the neater things in the show, is like when they showed all 8 side by side and like just all the colors there. The Splatoon stage of Moray Towers. I think the ink dynamic is something that's totally new, and that'll be interesting to work with. I mean, Alan, from when you were playing it, like how much experience did you get with that?
Actually, a lot of people have Inklings were one of the better characters. They feel they got really powerful attacks. Really satisfying to hit. They have decent mobility. They have bomb options. They have, and obviously no one was really able to play extensively, so no one was really able to experiment much with the ink properties. But it just seems like the Inklings have a lot up their sleeve and will be a super fun, super original character. Some people make comparisons to the Ice Bear from Rivals of Aether. He has similar to the ink, sort of making the floor into ice properties. They don't quite, and I didn't have enough time to experiment and experience. Does the ink change how they move on it and stuff? And I might have forgotten how to charge your ink, so when I ran out of ink, I stopped. Well, rip me.
Like press B while shielding.
Yeah.
I rewatched it and I was like, oh well, I could have done that.
Because that's a pretty new mechanic overall.
The thing's like press B while shielding, and then they fall to the ground. I'm like, can't you just use that to like dodge Fox's lasers or something like that?
Maybe.
Like he goes into the ground, can you dodge a smash attack just by hitting ink charge?
Yeah, I didn't get to experiment with it, but I think a lot of competitive players are excited about Inkling, and
they do like fun.
And for yet another tangent, one of the most exciting things in the announcement to me when I was watching the direct was that they are balancing the game, and I swear to God, I brought this up and sort of showed me this. They are balancing the game differently for 1v1 and free for all.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is so huge, so cool. They just said damage. I don't know if it changes knockback. There is rage in the game still, so it will affect how the game plays significantly. But I also wonder, will doubles become sort of its own beast and its own meta?
But it does show a big difference in change of thought when you think of Brawl, at least, and it's like, oh, it's meant to be a party game. It's for the Wii audience. It's the blue ocean. It's just trying to make everybody happy. It's definitely a big shift there. And
Sakurai specifically said some characters are better at free for alls and like in a party setting or with items, and they're designed that way. So not all characters are made to be good or competitive in the 1v1 setting. So that to me is a again a huge shift in thinking, a huge shift in mentality for how they're approaching the game. So Inklings, rolling it back to why I got on that tangent, they have the property that ink will increase damage and potentially knockback. So they do seem like a really cool character, but I'm really curious to see if they have some like special doubles thing do, or they might, like, everyone thinks they're really good, and I do wonder if they will be actually like a really solid doubles character because of that property.
Yeah. It also makes me think, with all of the ink going about and the different colors and whatnot, all of the characters being colored in varying degrees of ink, just all of the work with the texturing and all that, like, that's a remarkable amount of work, and it's really cool to see implemented that way.
Yeah.
See, I wonder, if you're covered in ink, do you get sent further away from any smash attack or just from the Inkling?
Good question.
Yeah, hard to say. I'll probably have to test more, yeah. Also on Tuesday, June 12th was today's item, Squid Sisters Assist Trophy. Cameras get closer and closer to their live performance, limiting the space you have to battle. Don't get too lost in the music. They showed this during the Smash segment, during the Direct. It made me think, in a way, this is how Smash does Battle Royale. The space is closing in on you. You only have so much to work with, and in a gaming industry that wants to have everything Battle Royale, is just a Smash's weird take on it. But Callie and Marie there.
I did not think about that. That is a good point.
Peter, I have to say, after a decade of since the dojo, your Sakurai impression has not changed much.
Oh, okay.
Some things never change. It was neat to see that, and frankly, my reaction Was like, oh, that's cool. And then the more I thought about it, the more I realized, man, like even if I don't play Inkling, I probably would have bought those as skins, like those characters.
Yeah.
So they're lost.
Yeah, skins or Echo Fighters or whatever. I don't see too much of a difference, but like, I mean, Elf for Olimar is still just a different skin, not an Echo Fighter, so that's weird. Or maybe they'll make him an Echo Fighter. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Neither do I, but we'll see if things change. But I think honestly, I would make them DLC. And they probably won't do this, but it'd be kind of interesting to see, like, if you decide to use one of their skins and you get this assist trophy, the Inkling takes the place of the Squid Sister that's gone.
I don't know. If you start opening up to assist trophies, you start talking about Waluigi coming back to Smash, so I don't know.
And the collective sadness. Wow.
Frankly, I didn't really want, or didn't really care either way about Waluigi until like more people started talking about it, started moving sets, and then we had a pretty good theme prepared in case he got announced. So like, all right, let's do this. Let's get him announced. So Sakurai apparently straight up said, I don't know if you guys caught this, that he thinks the Western obsession with Waluigi is not genuine. Yeah.
I think
we're just memeing him.
In my opinion, I think he's accurate on that one. It's meme status. That's probably about it.
I don't know, man. I actually, like I said, kind of like wanted Waluigi. Like, it's because like there's no character that really represents all of the Mario spin-off games: Mario Party, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Mario Strikers. Like, he does like a suck it move in Mario Strikers. How cool is that?
Yeah. Yes, he does.
So,
if we're breaking down the screenshots from the Squid Sisters here, I mean, the third screenshot, it's in Mario Galaxy stage. Second, it looks Hyrule Temple. Can we tell what the first one is here? Is that more Temple or?
Oh, that's definitely Temple.
Yeah. Okay.
That's definitely Temple. There's no question that's Temple.
All right.
If you look really far in the background, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can see the Hylian text on the columns too.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Hyrule.
Oh, so you can. Yeah. Okay. So going to June 13th, the Nintendo booth at E3 2018 is jam-packed with fighters, weapons, items, and more from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So we see Sandbag, we see Master Sword, we see Bayonetta's shoes and guns, and then also the Monado and DD's hammer. Must have been cool things to see, I bet, live in person.
Yeah, they're really interesting. It was a nice setup. Frankly, if I were to tier the setups, I'd probably put Fortnite setup at E3 as the top tier. Second would be Bethesda. Fortnite setup. They had AstroTurf. They had like 2 levels. You could go up and down. They gave you a bag of freshly popped popcorn as you walked into their area for their booth. Like it was, they had a pinata bowl. Like, you know, those bowls that kicks you off those machines. Like, that was pretty cool. Then Bethesda was really, like, they made different environments. They made, like, sort of different areas. They had a lot of history and a lot of, like, cool stuff. And then third would probably be Nintendo booth. It was a large area. They had a lot of games. It was really well organized. But it was super cool to see these things. Like, I don't know, it was really awesome to see a setup like this, like Smash stuff and Smash history. My favorite part of their booth, I accidentally waited in the wrong line, which was the casual line, line. And I've written 45 minutes of my time. And that's a big deal to me. And when I got up on the stage area, it was, of course, by the way, I definitely destroyed them every game. I think I died one time. The carpet was Battlefield.
Oh.
Like when you look at the actual stage of Battlefield, like the floor of it, and that was like a super cool touch. And I don't know why I was so fascinated by that. And I was like, this is sort of like one of those subtle things that you see in games. You're like, man, I can't believe they went to that much detail. That was, that moment.
Also on June 13th, today's fighter, number 65, Ridley. Joining the battle from the storied Metroid series, Ridley's long tail and sharp claws let him unleash a torrent of devastating attacks. His final smash is a powerful stream of plasma breath intense enough to bring down Samus's starship. We talked quite a bit about Ridley, but it's just great to see him in. Number 65.
Go Riddles.
I think Esam's scream broke my eardrum. Again, you can see our reactions on our YouTube channel. But yeah, some people were really excited about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was definitely excited up there too. It's great to just search for the reactions on YouTube. Just go nuts. Definitely.
I have to say, I absolutely enjoy Ridley's alternate costumes.
Yeah.
But like Meta Ridley looks just downright fearsome.
I mean, Red from the Super Metroid box.
Mm-hmm. And like the original NES Metroid, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was going through them, it kind of felt like they were Ganondorf colors. Like, so it was hard to tell. They don't really pop.
Right.
But I mean, you're right. It's really cool they did that, and they're all throwback stuff. Kind of like the Pokemon Trainer skins. All the colors from Pokemon Trainer are actually colors from different generations of Pokemon.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really.
Hilda is my favorite trainer, but she does not make for a good color option.
But to give you guys a little behind the scenes, I don't think I've tweeted just yet. I was talking to Plup before the Invitational. I was like, "So he can play?" And he's like, and this is when like it was just announced, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, Ridley's like really good." And he was like, "Ridley." I was like, "Oh, how come?" He's like, "Well, I want to win." just spamming the Ridley. So everyone thought Ridley was a pretty character. I don't know how much of that is, obviously not knowing the new character, or how much is actually true. He was cool.
On June 13th as well, today's item, Launch Star. If you touch the star, your fighter will be launched at high speed. Clever placement can lead to an easy KO, as we certainly saw when it was placed on the top. And you certainly get launched off the top pretty easily. I think even in the 20-second fighter videos, like for Jigglypuff, there was one where it showed like Jigglypuff throwing a character into the launch star, it's sending it back, and then into rest. So like the potential is there.
See, I'm looking at this picture of the launch star, and it's showing Ness getting sent out from the stage. But I'm like, but the launch star sends you from where you've thrown it. So the most likely candidate of the person who threw that launch star was Ness himself.
Yes. That's a good point.
Maybe he's edge guarding, you never know.
Yeah.
Smart Ness.
He had that in his hand, threw it at the stage, he gave Thunder to over it, and I don't see another fight.
Or he thought, up until now, Ness had never taken a ride in a launch star.
Nice. That's a good throwback right there.
I thought so. All right.
I mean, when we saw that, it's like, you're a Rosalina, you're a Rosalina, you're a Rosalina.
Yeah.
And honestly, when we were playing the game, like I think any good natural human reaction, when the launch star was around, everyone just sort of like, let's not go into there. There was also an item that was like a healing field.
Oh yeah.
It was like a little tulip that opened up and made this green like transporty looking thing, and like I was like, I don't decide that. It doesn't look bad, but I don't know what it does until I got knocked into one. I'm like, oh hey, cool, it's healing.
June 14th, today's fighter, 13 Echo Daisy. Her basic moveset is the same as Peach's, but this princess has her own unique personality. She's known for being upbeat, energetic, and a bit of a tomboy. Doesn't seem all that different, to be honest, but that'll be how most Echo fighters are. Do you think the potential for certain Echo fighters are there? I know a lot of people are talking about, well, we saw Knuckles as an assist trophy, but where's Shadow? Could Shadow be an Echo fighter?
Why do you have to just stab me through the
I know.
Especially when you were just handed Knuckles in the other one. So I have to take it aside here because I just noticed, like, I'm not on the Smash Bros. Website for America. I'm on the Great Britain one.
Oh.
So you keep on like saying dates, and I'm like, well, that's not the right date, but okay. And I just realized, like, last time you were going down the list, it's like his final smash is power for Ridley. Plasma breath intense enough to bring down Stamets' starship is what you said. But in Great Britain, it's called a gunship.
Aha.
Nice.
So there is a difference in the translation for America and Great Britain. Interestingly,
not overly surprised, to be honest with you.
But interestingly, the gunship is for Britain.
Why is it interesting? America gets a lot more butthurt about things. Oh my god. You find things get offended.
America loves our guns.
I mean, do you notice Snake doesn't have his old down smash? He has a new down smash. Well, A, I love that because I hate his old smash. B, MVD loved his old down smash, so haha. C, there was a huge backlash when the dojo showed him doing a down smash. It looked like a real mine. It looked like an actual military grade mine. Got complaints. It got enough people to complain that Nintendo made it look like a cartoony mine. And this is something that you could barely see. He would shove into the ground.
Yeah.
But they made a big deal about it, and that is America.
Yep, pretty much.
So we get a starship.
Yep.
Shadow's going into Echo. I'm almost certain.
Yeah.
I would be so angry. Frankly, Echo Fighters, to me, it feels like a wasted slot still. I know they're making a big deal about not making a wasted slot, but like, I don't know. It feels like it would take not minimal, but like it doesn't seem like it would take that much effort to just copy and paste the moveset and give them different properties. Like Fox and Falco felt so different in Melee, and then like Dark Pit and Pit, like the arrows were different, and the side beam might have done different. Like had different knockback, but like that's it. Okay. Like, what's the point of that? You know, like to me, it's kind of silly. For me, Daisy being in as an Echo Fighter is kind of like, kind of whatever. I don't. If she played, if she felt
new taunts and new music, yeah.
I think I like her voice. It's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thing with Echo Fighters literally just seems to come across as more of a personality change to the character. Across the board, it just seems like they just get different taunts.
Yeah, and frankly, the one thing that I would have liked to see in Echo Fighters and in Daisy, like, okay, so they're going to be exactly the same. They're going to play more or less the same with one different thing, maybe. Then give them a cool costume at least. Don't just make it a recolor. This is literally the recolor Peach had.
Yeah.
You know, with a different face on it. Like, give Daisy her Mario tennis outfit. Yeah, it'd look a little awkward with her floating. But that would be cool. Like, that was a cool Daisy outfit. So I don't know. I'm probably one of the only people that's like a little like meh about Daisy and the whole idea of Echo Fighters being back. If they are that similar.
It strikes me as weird that the removal of the dress is what makes Float weird.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I was thinking that as I thought, like, it would be cool to see her in a different outfit. I'm like, well, she doesn't have a giant skirt.
She doesn't have a giant skirt, which apparently grants you to float.
Yeah, of course. I mean, when you wear a giant skirt, don't you, like, fight not to float? Come on, man.
I haven't learned how to just, put the mental preparation to hold down when I jump.
This is 2018. You gotta be progressive and hold down.
On June 14th, Zero from Chile has won the Super Smash Bros. Invitational 2018. A big thank you to all the players who participated. For those that missed the live stream, check out the replay. That's a good picture. Zero should put that up as like a cover photo or something. It's a good shot.
I didn't think Sakurai is very tall, so I think he's just on something. I mean, Zero is short.
Zero's not very tall either.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're that different in teams of height.
Perspective too, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot.
That's because the stage was flat. I was looking at it from the balcony.
And then to round things out, June 14th, today's item, Pokemon Vulpix Alola form. This Pokemon freezes fighters with icy breath.
It sure does.
Rip playable Vulpix. So there goes another one off my list.
Yeah. Could have been an Echo Fighter of Pichu.
Actually.
Vulpix is not off because we still have the normal.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
You're right.
Fire and ice. Oh, damn.
To me, it's just absolutely shocking that there are new Pokemon in the game. I'm floored. I had palpitations when I saw that. But the stages.
Yeah, we got Summit back, and looks like Tortimer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are stages that would be. I'm very curious to see how the hazard toggle applies to some stages that like water.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a hazard? Do they consider it? Like apparently they considered.
What about ice? Like Summit with ice?
Yeah. Because ice is slippery. Is that a hazard? Like it changes the properties of the physics. I was super disappointed that Wily Castle, which has a really cool platform gimmick, which was not, these were not unpassable platforms. These were just regular fall-through platforms, so it doesn't impact the game like in a negative way to have the hazard toggle turns them off.
Yeah.
It just becomes FD. So why is that a hazard? So what do they consider a hazard? You know, is the new Zelda stage just gonna turn off that middle part and just become FD? Or
well, the platform does show up, but yeah, we bring it up. I hope that when they have hazards off, they have the hazardless form.
Yeah,
using big quotation marks in the air.
That'd be cool. What about the old Yoshi's Island stage from Brawl? Like, you know, the little platform kind of, doesn't that platform?
Yoshi's Island Brawl platform does tilt from left to right on a single axis.
Yeah, so.
But the support ghosts.
True.
The support ghosts will almost assuredly be turned off. Will the tilting platform be turned off?
Well, who knows? If it turns off Lilac's tilt, was that a hazard?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
No hesitation, just straight.
Yeah. No, that is definitely a hazard. Have you heard anyone in Smash 4? I thought you had one.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. But so seeing these stages, seeing Summit, and seeing Tortimer's Island in the background of this Vulpix thing here. Just when I saw it, I just started thinking, like, man, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what that hazard Knuckles is going to be like. It was one of my, like, frankly, at this point in my life, I don't really care what came right. Knuckles would have been nice, but if he didn't, whatever. Like, Snake was all I really wanted, and then a hazard Knuckles. So I got what I wanted. Now I'm just really curious to see how it works.
Yeah. Anything from here is just gravy, really.
I actually wanted to mention. So I was talking to, I think it was Bill Tren that I was talking to about this.
Just name dropping, talking to Bill Tren. Okay, I see how it is.
Oh, well, this is just sort of the industry now, the world I live in.
There you go.
So I was talking to Bill about kind of one of the things I'm most excited about is the potential of virality of Smash Switch. When you played Melee, you know, back when it first came out, when you lived in college dorms, you'd walk down the hall, you'd hear someone playing Smash, you'd walk by the room and be like, hey man, can I play? Like, it was a super, like, welcoming experience, and the, like, making new friends because they play Smash. Like, every hall in every dorm had.
Oh my God, you're taking me back. Yeah.
Right. And so that dorm room effect, as I call it, is now going to be everywhere. Can you imagine?
In an airport, randomly. Yeah.
Yeah. People setting up in an airport or even in an airplane, and all of a sudden, Smash. People are playing the real Smash game. They're having a lot of fun. They're yelping. They're like going crazy. And then someone walks up and be like, yo, can I play? And, you know, these two guys are playing with GameCube controllers. They snap off one of the Joy-Cons, be like, yeah, join in. And, you know, like, some random guy in an airport all of a sudden is playing Smash with these two other guys. And, like, this guy's going to go home and be like, I like that a lot. I'm buying Switch and Smash.
Not only that, but to add to that, I mean, the system built in has the video recording feature, and of course it'll support Smash, but something amazing happens, you press that share button, the last 30 seconds saved. Whenever you get internet connection, you trim up that amazing moment, you put it online, and then everyone can watch what happened.
Oh, I had not considered that.
And so think about this. Smash 4 made the careers of many players, put the Smash media on the map for a lot of people. And of course Melee as well. And Melee is on an 18-year-old console, a console old enough to vote. Smash 4 is on the worst performing Nintendo console in a long time. And yet they're so big, they're so important. The install base of the Switch alone is already higher than the Wii U by far.
Yeah.
And then throw in this potential virality with sharing, with the dorm room effect of people traveling with the Smash Switch and playing Smash on the road and in places where people can see it again. I think we could, and it's not going to get to like Fortnite level, but I think we could see a huge cultural phenomenon with this Smash Switch because, man, this is like the stars are aligning and Nintendo could have something on their hands, and fingers crossed. It'll happen.
Pokemon Go, the second coming.
Yeah.
Maybe. How awesome would that be?
Yeah.
Just everywhere you go, someone is playing Smash. Going to any coffee shop, and you got 1 or 2 people playing Smash.
God, I love Super Smash Brothers. Oh, so good.
Yeah. Loki, I brought a Smash setup to the most popular Pokestop places and put up Smash while people play Pokemon Go. And
There you go.
did that for a good number of nights. There's a lot of impromptu Smash Fests.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
the fact
awesome.
that there's going to be it on the Switch.
Yeah.
Means
You can put that setup in your pocket, and everyone will have one. I would love to see a way that you could maybe connect 2 of them, like so you're playing on your own screens. Because the one thing that might hold it back, in my opinion, is that the Switch doesn't have a screen.
It's on screen.
Yeah, it'd be hard to play like a 4-player brawl with Joy-Con controller.
I'm sure they'll do an outline thing again to kind of highlight different fighters. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of agree with you, but on the same token, one of the things I've done over the last year is I started doing like Uber driving. Okay, there's a reason for the story. And what I did was I actually installed a small TV and Smash Brothers in the back of my car.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
It sounds like you are. I would already give you 5 stars.
Thank you. I got so many 5 stars. And a good number of tips too. It was nice. And I have everything, all the stuff's in the trunk and all that. It doesn't matter. I have the controllers, wrapped up over the trunk, and they're out there for people to play. And that screen in my car is really no larger than a Switch screen. And I had really 0 complaints from the people in my car about the screen size for Smash. Because the nice thing about Smash is that there's no split screen.
Yeah.
There's no split screen at all for Smash. So the size of the TV, like on my way to Texas once for Low Tier City 3 in 2014, I believe it was, we played on a black and white 2.5-inch TV for the drive from Michigan to Texas. It was hard, and there was complaints, but it's actually not super difficult to make out Smash in those games.
And those games weren't developed for a tiny screen.
Yeah.
So
they were not developed for a tiny screen, and yet Smash Switch is going to be developed with the idea of the Smash Switch screen size in mind.
Yeah.
So I'm not super worried about 4 players. The only thing I'm worried about with 4 players is getting those physical bodies to fit in that space to see the screen.
Yeah.
That's going to be the hard part.
Mm-hmm. But I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, if you could somehow sync 2 switches, like 2 people on one side, 2 people on the other side, and I think the switches could become ubiquitous. Where there might be plenty of switches to go around, and I'm going to download Smash on my Switch and delete whatever takes up enough room from it, because I don't want a card for it, because Smash should never.
Yeah, it's got to be digital.
Yeah, I do agree with you. However, I'm playing with the idea of downloading it digitally. And if I really do like the game and actually consider doing maybe some level of competitiveness at the ripe old age of 27, I might just buy a physical copy and keep it on me, just in case I meet someone with another Switch and there is that like link switches thing. So like, hey, you have a Switch, you want to play Smash? Yeah, but it's really uncomfortable where we're playing. So like, I'll just hand them my cart and they can play with the link play, and then I'll just make sure to get the card back before I go.
Yeah, that would be an important thing for sure.
Yeah, but like that option exists, so you can always carry basically 2 on you just in case you can do link Smash.
God, there's so much potential for great community building. That's a really great point.
Now, there is one scary thing for community building. I don't know how Splatoon does it so far. I should have paid attention, but I didn't. And that's going to be Switch theft at tournaments.
Yeah, we talked about that a lot too. Splatoon community deals with it by being small and tight-knit, as far as I know. And also, as far as I know, I think Gaming Generations has, which you don't know, they're a big supplier of a lot of the setups for most major tournaments. I think they have sort of bolted down switches. Some people are talking about bringing your own Switch to tournaments, because everyone's gonna probably have a Switch, and then just having the docks there that are plugged down or bolted down for maybe locals. That could be an option. There's a lot of discussion over how to run tournaments physically, but I think thankfully because of the Splatoon focus communities, people have been dealing with a lot of the issues, and there's already progress on how to physically do it. So I think that people are worried, rightfully so. Yes, I was very tempted to steal one of the Switches in the VIP room because that's probably the most valuable Switch in the world. But I think that we will be able to put a handle on it. It's going to suck when I think less prepared or more naive smaller tournament organizers don't do any safeguards. And that will burn them because, yes, as amazing and awesome as the Smash community is, there is theft. So we'll sort of see.
Let's wrap things up with a mail time question.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
We kind of touched on this a little bit, but it's good to get audience feedback, on Twitter at Show Me Your News, different places you can ask us questions going forward. Grimace the Minace asks us, Nintendo has been making a clear effort to build Smash Ultimate around making an accessible game that still caters to and satisfies a competitive audience. Do you think they will carry this forward into directly supporting an esports scene, or are they simply trying to make the best game they can? Well, Alan, I think that's the question right for you.
Damn, I don't have any zippers here, but imagine I just made a zipping noise. Look, there's things in the horizon. Is all I'm going to say. Whether or not it's official or unofficial, I'm not going to say, but stay tuned. I am excited about the future esports potential with Smash Switch, Smash Melee, and we will see what actually pans out. Because, frankly speaking, a lot can change from now to the release of Smash Switch. It's pretty clear that they want to support Smash Switch as the competitive standard. And they will continue to support Melee. They just hope, fingers crossed, that Melee players end up playing Smash Switch, which they won't because they don't realize that Melee players will play Melee.
Yeah.
Mango said something about that.
Yeah, I could get into a tangent about that Icons game, but maybe another time.
Yeah, maybe we'll get Jason on the show sometime.
Yeah. So we'll see kind of what happens, what shakes up, but I think be optimistic. For the first time in 10 plus years that I have been a intense competitive Smash Bros. Fan, for the first time I am going to say be excited for Nintendo's involvement in Nintendo Smash.
Wow. Yeah, I think at the very least, when you're saying to make the best game they can, I think that's what they tried to do, especially with the last couple games, but they were catering to different markets, different player bases. I think with the shift in focus, it's clear they're trying to include some of these quality of life things that do benefit the competitive scene more. So I think at the very least, I don't know if we'll see, full on, original Switch trailer, Splatoon-like sort of tournaments. Everyone's in the locker room getting hyped. That may be, getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but I think you put it quite right. We're kind of on that path.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say about that. I think I personally, I'm not in the know. I'm not someone who can be in the know. I would say that they are looking forward to being a direct supporter of an esports scene.
Yeah,
I would think so.
And I'll actually tell you something that Bill told me when we were talking. They don't want to step in to Smash competitive scene and change it. They don't want to dictate everything. They don't want to make us bend to their will. They want to support us. They want to help us. They want to let us thrive in our own way. And that is the only way Smash esports could work in any official capacity, is by supporting it from the ground up. Because that's what made Smash so great, is the grassrootsness that all started the community. So, frankly speaking, from an organizational standpoint, they're doing it right. They have the right idea. And that Nintendo versus Twitter, show them some love.
Yes.
Freaking go follow them. Go tell them how happy you are that they're supporting the scene, and so they can continue to justify to the higher ups and to the highest ups that this is something worth doing, and that we accept them. Because you may not see the impact of a Nintendo-sponsored tournament, but there is, and it does mean, and it will continue to mean more the more you, as a fan, care and show your support.
Yeah, man. I mean, you see that video at the beginning of the tournament, and like they get what the scene is about, and that's really promising to see.
Oh, should I let Patrick down, bro? God damn it!
Well, that'll do it for this inaugural episode of Show Me Your News Ultimate. Back to kind of look over the website updates. It's not dojo level, but the Smash blog, that's certainly better than Miiverse updates. Seasonal podcasts, not really going beyond launch, but we just kind of wanted to help pass the time until this game releases currently on December 7th, 2018. You can follow me on Twitter at PeteSpeakEasy. Alan is at PG_SamuraiPanda. Miles at Solharath. And then Tony at TonyTH_GHH. Guys, this was really great to organize and talk about Smash once again. Whatever our availabilities are, we'll make something work every weekend to try to get something out to you, and we'll look over the updates just like back in the day.
Times of old, and I mean, I don't know how often I can be here. I have 15 messages that I've left on my phone, so I do have to.
You're a doctor and you have a business to run. We totally understand, but I'm so thankful that you were here with your hands-on experience.
Yeah. But I do want to say though, Peter, it's been what, 8 years since our last podcast together.
Oh God, has it been? It feels.
Yeah, we are old.
Yeah.
From episode 16 to.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Something on Roundtable.
Something like that. Yeah.
And from there to now, even with all the time that's passed, it still feels natural, still feels good to talk to you in a podcast setting again. So I miss this, Peter.
I likewise. I am very grateful for this, and so thank you so much for your insight. It's great to have someone on the ground floor, and I'll whenever you want to come on this and be available, we'll have you.
Cool. Well, I'll be back.
All right, guys.
Miles feels moment. Tony, it was great seeing you.
Tony will be back. Miles hopefully back. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week. Take care. Show me your news.